Hi, this is a little different than the most of the ones that I've done, and I'm going to give you a piece of paper, and on that piece of paper, there are going to be basically just three triangles. You don't need to put the triangles in, but there'll be three, okay? And in these three triangles, there'll be some writing with a phrase, a very simple phrase, and it goes right in here and in here and in here. Now, I'm not asking you to put the triangles in, but I am asking you to look at these phrases. And so what's going to happen is we're going to flash them on your screen here, and you've got exactly 10 seconds. Now, don't stop this thing. You just got to keep it running. You only have 10 seconds because this is about learning. This is not about getting it right. Hopefully, you'll make mistakes here and learn something. So I'm going to ask you now to get a piece of paper and then watch what's flashed on your screen for the 10 seconds it's there. Then it goes away. Okay, after it's gone away, I want you to take on your piece of paper and write the three phrases in the triangles. So there are no triangles, but what they're in there, you can just put down the phrases. I don't care about the triangles, okay? So you got the point, but you got to get a pencil or a pen or something to write with and a piece of paper. And now we're going to give this to you. Please pause this until you get your paper because you got to get ready for this, okay? Ready? All right, start. Okay, we're back. Now I hopefully you've got all your three phrases written down. Now I want to take another piece or same piece of paper or whatever. I just want you to tell me on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being high and 1 being low, how confident are you that you got all three right? Okay? If you haven't seen this before, this is very, very important if you haven't seen this, okay? So I'm asking you now to look carefully, think in your head, and on a scale from 1 to 10, how high is your level of confidence? Is it high enough that you could go to court and say, yes, I know this person did it, and because you're that level of confidence? Anything like 9 or above, you're very confident, okay? And if you haven't seen this, it's very important to see and read it, because now I'm going to go ahead and look at these things, okay? Now, when you look at the phrase, okay, the first one is 2 peas in. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. A, and then it goes down here, a pod. Now what is happening here is there are actually 2 A's in this. Okay, so you look at this and this, did you miss one of the A's? Going to the next one, it goes, pop goes, the weasel. Did you miss one of the thes? And the last one is Paris in the spring. Now, if you missed one, you're like most people, okay? And what you really got there is a thing called, the formal term for this is called a scotoma, which really means blind spot. And what it is, it's because these are such familiar quote, quote phrases, people skip the A, they skip the, because they think they already know it. The problem with that is what they know, it isn't so. They don't know it because they miss them. So it's not what kills you is not what you don't know, it's what you know that isn't so that's so hard. Why is that so hard? Why? Because you don't ever question it. Because if you already know it, you know the kid was guilty, you were eyewitness, but the truth of the matter is, if you put somebody away for 20 years or so and you got it wrong, that person's in jail incorrectly because you didn't have it, you didn't know. And so what does this have to do? What's the implication here? The implication is that be careful about what you know, because what you know that isn't so can really hurt you because you never ever look at it. So how do you look at it? When somebody says something to you that you think you already know, stop for a second and then look at that person and ask them, how did you come to that conclusion? Now, notice the word is how, not why. How did you come? And then listen to what they have to say. Be careful because you might learn something because you may have a scotoma about what they've been saying to you. If you listen and are interested, there's an opportunity for you to get some learning and diversity is the key to synergy. And so please don't shut down because you think you already know it, because what you know may not be so. I learned from Bucky a long time ago that the bigger the picture, the more accurate your prediction. There's nothing in a caterpillar, if you just study a caterpillar, will ever tell you about scenario butterfly. So my entire life, I am working as much as I can to be a comprehensivist. That's interested in everything, so I can make better choices, better decisions, and have a better perspective. What can I do for you?